APA Basics: How to Access Mandatory Reference Information for a Peer-Reviewed Journal Article. As you can see from the checklist on your screen, there is a lot of information that you need to gather in order to make a correct reference entry for a peer-reviewed journal article. You must find the author or authors of the article, the publication date, the title of the article, the journal's name that published the article, the volume number, if there is one, an issue number, if there is one, the first page number of the article and the last page number of the article, as well as the URL or DOI. First, I'm going to show you how to find the author or authors of the article of a peer-reviewed journal. Once you have found an article from a peer-reviewed journal that you would like to borrow information from, what you're going to do is click to go right into the landing page for that article. Each landing page from different websites will look a little bit different. For this purpose, I'm going to be using the landing page from the Confederation College Library. From your landing page, right underneath the title of the article, you will see a list of the author's names. Sometimes these names will be written as a surname, comma, given name and given initials. Sometimes in this landing page, the authors will be listed by given names and then surname. It is important that you copy this information for the complete reference entry for the peer-reviewed journal article. Once you have written down the authors of the article, your next piece of information that you must look for is the complete publication. There is a date listed on the landing page on the Confederation College Library website. You need to double check to ensure that this is the complete date and not just the year. So how do you do that? Go and click on the PDF version of the article. From there, typically you will see the date listed either at the very top of the article or at the top of the page or the bottom of the page. In this instance, you can see that I have more information than what was given to me on the landing page. While the landing page said the date was 2021, here you can see that it was actually published on March 1st, 2021. So you would use this complete date in your reference entry and not just the year that was listed in the landing page. The next information that you must acquire from the landing page for your journal article is the journal article's title. The journal article's title is typically written in bold font as well as larger font than the rest of the information on the landing page. So, as you can see here, this is the article's title that I'm looking at. To ensure that you have the complete title, you can click on the and compare the title from the landing page to ensure it's identical to the one listed at the top of your article. Next, you must find the journal's name. That is the journal that published the article that you are borrowing from. The publication information on the Confederation College Library landing page should be listed right below the authors. Here, Ambio is the name of the peer-reviewed journal that has published this article. Double check to ensure that this is the journal article by clicking on the PDF, by scrolling to the top or bottom of the page to compare and ensure that you have the correct journal name. The next part of the mandatory reference entry information can be complex. The volume number, the issue number, as well as the first page of the article, as well as the last page of the article, are required for a typical peer-reviewed journal article reference entry. However, rarely, but sometimes, a journal article may not have a volume number or an issue number, or if you have accessed an online version of an article, it may not have any page numbers at all. If this is the case, merely omit this information and go to the next item on the checklist. But for now, we are going to assume that this is a normal journal article, fairly standard, that does have a volume number, an issue number, as well as page numbers. From your landing page, right beside the publisher's name typically comes the publisher's information, so the journal's information where this article has come from. So beside the date, you can see the letters VOL, which stands for volume, and then a numeric value. Here you see it's 50. This means that the volume number for this journal where this article was published was volume 50. You can double check to ensure that you have the correct volume number by going into your article and looking at the publication information at the top, sometimes at the bottom of the page, and ensure that you do in fact have the correct volume number, which will once again be listed right near the publication information. Once you've found the volume number, the next bit of information that you need to gather is the issue number. The issue number, or the issue itself, can be written in multiple different ways depending on how often this particular journal is published. So the issue number can be a numeric value, meaning a number. It can be a word, like the word spring. So if the journal is published one journal per season, you might see winter, spring, summer, or fall. It can also be written in Roman numerals, for example, 4. Let's take a look to find out where to find the issue number. The issue number will be written on the landing page that you use to access the article, and it's typically written right behind the volume number, and unless it says the letters ISS, which stands for issue, it will be located in brackets. Here we can see that the issue number is 6. After the issue number, you need to collect the first page number as well as the last page number of the article. This will apply only to PDF versions of the article because an online access copy of the article likely will not have page numbers. The page range of the article, meaning the first page of the article and the last page of the article, the page numbers will be written typically after the issue number. Here you can see that the first page number is 1137 and the last page number of the article is 1140. To ensure that these page numbers are correct, go into the PDF version and double check for yourself. The page numbers may be listed on every page or every other page. In this instance, it's every other page. So I can go down and check the second page is 1138, which means that the first page is 1137. Then if I scroll all the way down to the bottom of the journal, I can see that the last page number is 1140. From this, I know that the page numbers listed on the landing page are correct, and I now need to copy these into my checklist so that I can create a proper reference entry. The last information that you must collect to create a reference entry for a peer-reviewed journal article is the URL or a DOI. To access the URL from the Confederation College Library landing page, what you will do is come down and click the permalink button. This will provide you with an active URL that will provide your readers a direct link to access. Ensure that clicking that URL, your reader will be brought directly to the article that you have borrowed your information from. If there is a DOI listed on the landing page or within your journal article, it is preferred for academic purposes to copy the DOI number rather than the URL. So how do you check to see if you have a DOI for your journal article? what you'll do is you'll scroll down your landing page. Typically, it will be listed on the left as DOI. If it is not, go into the PDF of the article and check the top and bottom of the first page of the article. If there is a DOI number listed, here I can see that I do have one. What you will do is you will highlight this DOI, this URL, and use that in your reference entry rather than the URL that you have received from the permalink button. Once you have gathered the URL or DOI, you now have all of the mandatory requirements needed to create a reference entry in 7th edition AP. Use the checklist on your screen to ensure that you have all of the necessary mandatory information from your journal article that you will need to create a correct reference entry.